Well, I'm back in Boston, and the whatever that is whistling, the train, I guess. I recently bought this pen on eBay. It had issues. The issues are a broken nib, and this must have been very tasty. As you see, there's lots of teeth marks and no gag reflex in this previous owner, because the teeth marks extend quite a bit far down, and the metal and the plastic are all nicely teethed. But it's a pretty blue color, and it's one of these military clip stubby pens. And my thought was I would put a nice stub nib in them, so the logic of my pens that I use would continue, where short pens, stub pens, have stub nibs. But I haven't found a stub nib for this one, but I did put in, it had a personal point nib, and it has a special feed that I think went for a adjustable nib, so this isn't quite exactly right, but it's right enough for me. And what I've done is I put a nice rubbery Skyline pen nib in it, and this is a bulldog of a nib. This is a pit bull nib. It's very rubbery, it makes me want to be very aggressive, which is fine for a military pen, right? You want to be aggressive. You want to kill people first and then ask questions. So there's something, this is the pen that Jack D. Ripper from Dr. Strangelove would have, because, the teeth marks are here, so he could be saying with the pen in his mouth, Mandrake! Mandrake! Precious bodily fluids. No, purity of essence. POE. Precious bodily fluids and purity of essence, because fluoride was removing the virility out of men, I guess, somehow. Now, just speaking for just a second about Wahl Eversharp. You take all of your Wahl Eversharp gold seal pens and line them up in a row, and I think the person that was in charge of applying the gold seal was drunk every minute that he worked at the factory, because they're never on quite straight. They're never like right in between here and here. These go up and down, and when they're above the clip, they're never in the same place twice. They're all over the map. So I don't know why they were so inconsistent, untrained. Look at that, though. Look at that. It wasn't just the teething. Jack D. Ripper kept his teeth clenched when he tried to remove the pen from his mouth, because it pulled the clip off, the band off. Anyway, this pen, all by itself, is now filled with blue ink, though you can't see it because it's dark blue and my lighting isn't very good, and there was probably black ink in here before, so it's all mixing together. But blue ink for the blue pen, nice aggressive shoot first kind of a nib, and lots of teeth. Now, I like this pen. Do you like this pen? The only flaw that I find that it has, these are flaws, yes. Yes, I know, that little ding is a flaw, so is that one, so is that one, so is that one. And so are the other 500 of them on this pen. But that doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me that this thing isn't quite lined up with that, Maybe it's because this is bent because it was chewed so much. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is that this is one of those pens that has the metal. In order to strengthen the barrel, I guess, and to keep the section and the barrel together more sturdily, I guess, the Wahl Eversharp company sometimes had a piece of metal going around the section as well as inside of the barrel. And it was a piece of, looks like aluminum. It's a white metal, which sometimes corrodes, and it actually causes expansion here. So if you look at that, you'll see that the threads are wider than they should be. So the cap screws on only slightly, and you sort of have to shove it in because it's too fat. So that's the thing that bothers me about this pen, is that I don't have that satisfaction of screwing it down. And it may not actually screw down enough to hit the blind cap here, so the pen might end up drying out somewhat before its time. But that bothers me because it might interfere with the airtightness of the pen. Also, I don't know if this is because of teeth marks or what, this doesn't seem to want to post as well as it could. I'm afraid it sort of is a little bit, I think it's because it's been chewed so much, it's a little bit funky there. So this doesn't really want to sit as well as it might, but it sits well enough to make me, this is my pen, this isn't your pen, you wouldn't like it, you wouldn't like anything about it, but it's my pen and I like it. Did you miss me on my vacation? You followers, all 6 of you, did you miss me? Anyway, there we go. Wahl Eversharp. It's a very pretty blue color, which I don't know if it shows in this gloomy light. That might show better. There you go. This is not lapis. That was Parker. That's what Parker called their blue pen. Wahl Eversharp used the second name, the last name of lapis lazuli to name this one. This was lazulite or lazulitic or some other name derivative of lazuli. You may wonder why, if you watch enough of me, you'll see me try to do this, and it's because I can't actually see the pen the way I'm looking at it through the camera, so I don't often meet up. But anyway, there you go. Ta-da! I did 2 drawings with it so far. 2 birds, and then I used this watercolory inky thing to add the pink. See, now I can't even do this. There we go. Ta-da!